Rolls Royce with the whip is. I swear a nigga life changing. Bad bitch with the bitches. Crazy.
Alright, man. So we here again, man. Million Roses, but this time we got I'm gonna give it to you, big dog. Living legend, man. Shawn Cotton. Just I don't want to shortchange you by just saying you the creator of Say Cheese. So I just want you to introduce yourself and everything that you got going on. You feel me?
Really, just the CEO of Say Cheese. I'm about to cross over. I'm in real estate now. Got a few stores in Dallas, Deep Ellum, called Dated Faded Warren, coming soon. It's a vintage shop with my boy Barry. And I also in Oklahoma, we just bought 40 acres of land for our marijuana farm.
Straight up.
And it's gonna be an industrial farm too, with like cows and like roosters and all that, all that weird shit. But yeah, I'm like crossing over because the urban culture is weird. Like I love it. I love hip hop culture, but you also got to remember that people soon forget how much work you put in.
Right.
So while I'm at my peak and while I'm at the top, I want to invest in shit outside of hip hop and music. You feel me?
Straight
but
up.
Also the money that I do gross from hip hop music and blogging and all this cool shit I could put back into the black community. And it's 40 acres of land. That's a lot of land. So rappers who want to invest or entrepreneurs like yourself that come with me with a plan. We can start our own town, our own community, and that's really like what I'm trying to get into is building black owned a town.
Straight up. You got big plans, man.
Trying, bro.
So just speak on how you get from working at Best Buy to trying to build a town. Just talk about that elevation.
Man, just staying down and like I said, before this interview, staying focused, man, not getting distracted. Because it's times where you don't make a lot of money. It's times where you don't see the growth, and it's times where you just gonna look up and be like, damn, like why am I really doing this shit? I'm not making no money. Like girls ain't texting me back. Like what I mean? Because we all love pussy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of the times where like damn, like what am I doing this for? But you just gotta look for the purpose in the long run of this shit. You feel me? So that's really how I got here today, was just really staying focused on the prize and not getting discouraged. Like I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed a lot of like time. I sacrificed not going out. I sacrificed shit. I've been wearing these for like the last 5 days. I still stick to the formula of what I did. Like, I take showers and things like that every day, but I change drawers and socks and shit like that. But I put on.
You're just on that grind.
Yeah, I'm on the grind, and I study a lot of the greats, and then I study a lot of the people who, like the Antoine Walkers, who blew $400 million in the NBA, and what did he do to lose, so I know not to do what he did. Right. I study the winners, and I study I don't want to call them losers, but I study the horror stories too. So I feel like a lot of people, they focus only on the winners, but it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? You win, you lose. So I try to focus and watch interviews and documentaries on how to win and how to not lose. Straight up.
Yeah. So man, just talk about like how you say you go through that rough patch of where you just grinding, but you're not really reaping the reward. So just talk about the time when you did start to see it paying off actually.
I mean, it was really like slow, but when I was working at Best Buy, like people would like pay me like, yo, I got $30, I got $50 for an interview, and I'm like, damn, like, and this was when I was working at Best Buy, so I'm like, all right, if I can put 24 hours to work, I could be making so much more money. And you gotta understand, at the time I'm making like, I'm not making a lot, like $9, $10 an hour. I'm scrubbing refrigerators and shit like that. But but while I'm at work, people are trying to pay me while I'm at work. So I'm like, damn, all right, if I put 24 hours, I can make some shit shake.
Right.
So I end up getting fired, kind of quitting getting fired, because while they were firing me, I was like, fuck y'all too.
Right.
So I don't like to say I got fired, but they really like fired me for real.
One of them type of situations.
Yeah, so I called my mom and I was like, yo, it's time. And she was like, Shawn, you know what you gotta do? So at that time, I'm living with my mom and I'm paying her $50 a week, so like $200 a month.
Right.
And shit, the rest was history. I'll lock in my room all day, and girls would come over, and I wouldn't like. I had like a little futon behind me, so I'm like my Mac, like my computer's right here. So like while they at the crib, I'm on my computer like And this was back when like the websites was popping. Like it's more like Instagram blogging now.
Right.
So yeah, I would just go crazy and every day, nonstop. And like for like the first 5-6 years, I didn't really see big money until I like left.
Dallas?
I started like, well, I've been traveling, but like I'm talking about like B. Hester, he'll be with me, but hitting like Detroit, Chicago, getting them stories, and you know, I would come to New Orleans. Rest in peace, BTY Young, and I did his interview in the mall. What's the mall called across the bridge?
Oh, you talking about the mall on the West Bank? What it's called? Oakwood.
Yeah,
Oakwood.
so I did his interview, but getting little interviews like that helped say cheese, like, and then you know, getting the big stories in Chicago and shit like that. And
so speaking of interviews, what was one of your most controversial interviews that you personally feel like?
I mean, of course, the Kevin Gates one. I mean, if you watch some of my interviews, I did like I interviewed him back in the day. When he was like not really known,
right.
And I had asked him a question. Well, the question wasn't bad, but I titled the interview kind of crazy.
Right.
And you know, Atlantic Records called me, and then they called me like 2 months after that, and then they were like, "Yo, we want you to do a new interview with Kevin Gates," and I'm like, I said, I just did one with him. Like, it didn't make sense.
Right.
So they was really trying to catch me again.
Right.
So I remember I was in the hood. I was in South Dallas, and then Atlantic Records called me. And they was like, "Yo, we need you. It's a little DJ listening party joint." So I said, "Fuck it, I'ma come." So I go by myself, and then I see him, and then one thing led to another. And then that shit was just crazy. Cause that was back when he used to sip lean, so he moving like slow and all that.
Right.
So when I walk in, he ain't saying nothing to me, but like 30 minutes go by, he's sitting next to me and he's looking at my logo on my hoodie, and it's the Say Cheese logo. And he's like, "Yo, come outside, I wanna holler at you." And then, I'm just paraphrasing cause it's like 100 times.
Telling the story.
Yeah, it's on Vlad and all that other shit. But, so we go outside and he was like, "Yo," he was looking through his phone, and he was looking for the interview because he didn't want to snap on the wrong person. He was trying to make sure like
it's the right person.
Yeah. So he was like, he like snapped on. He was like, "Yo, this is him. This is him." So I'm like, I'm thinking three things, like he playing with me,
right?
Or like, damn, like they about to jump me, or like, should I hit him first? Like my mom was going crazy.
Right.
So he leaned back to the Atlantic Records guy and was like, "Yo," because the Atlantic Record people, they was like acting like they didn't know what was going on because he was like going berserk. And then he showed them the interview and he let them like see the phone. And he's like, "I'm not standing right where you at. I'm like in the corner," because we like in a restaurant, so it was like an arcade and like a wall.
Right.
So, and remind you, he was sipping lean, so he's moving like real slow. So he get him the phone and he like lean over and like throw like a crazy one, and I like scoot back like that. And one of his homies, one of the Atlanta record people grabbed him.
Right.
And then like he was like two of his homies, and I was with Lil Nate. You know Lil Nate, he like 5. He gotta be like, he's shorter than you. He like 4'11".
Straight life.
And so I didn't expect nothing, you know what I mean? Like
right.
he not that type of guy, you know what I'm saying? And shit, we just get out of there, like, and we in a restaurant, so we like, it's like a maze. We running through all these tables, and you hear these niggas chasing us, and it was cool. Like, it was a learning experience for me, because it was like, all right, you can't really play with niggas, like,
right.
And you can't really play with niggas, and you know, I learned from that. It's something that's to laugh at now. Me and Kevin Gates probably see each other and laugh now, because he's a different person. I'm a smarter person.
Straight up.
So yeah, that was crazy.
And just to elaborate, not on that specific situation, but just being a young black man, you know, just hopping into the industry from a different, you know, perspective as far as like you doing interviews and stuff, and you building your own stuff from ground up. How do you feel like you are welcome within the industry? Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm black, so it's harder on us. Like, for example, if I'm gonna say somebody, you know, Glizzock or Rob 49. Is it Rob 49 or Rob 49?
Rob 49.
Rob 49. If and I don't know Rob 49 from a can of paint personally, but I'm saying like, us as being black is like, when I'm doing interviews with artists, they speak less to us and they open up more to like let's say if I was interviewing, I don't know, if I was interviewing Glizzock, and he'd probably have a more open interview with Vlad than me, because we were raised as black people to not really trust one another.
Right.
And with white people, it's kind of like we're nicer to them. I don't know why. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a black person thing, or I don't know if in New Orleans it's different.
Right, I feel what you're saying.
But us as black people, we tend to open up more to white people.
Right.
With my experience and seeing how artists work, like I'll interview somebody and they'll open up more with Adam 22 with No Jumper,
right.
and I'm like, damn, we just had an interview and you told me you didn't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder for black people. Your shit is building, going crazy. So you're gonna see, as you know, when you become, and I feel like you can become top 5 in this game, along with the Adam 22s, the academics, the Vlads. You're gonna, because you're coming from a market where it's new and refreshing,
right.
and all these guys are talented, and you're finding these guys first. So I feel like when you're gonna experience the things that I experienced, to where as though people are gonna hate you for things that they're not gonna hate them for.
Right.
And there's no hate towards Vlad and them. I talk to Vlad, me and Vlad talk often, but it's just being black is gonna be harder for you, because it's harder for me. And I'm like, damn, y'all mad at me for posting, y'all mad at me for posting
same shit,
the same shit them niggas is posting, and it's cause us as black people, we expect more from each other. Right. You know what I mean?
That's like, even like recently I seen you got in a little back and forth with a Gucci man. I don't know what it was behind specifically, but
that I mean, like I said in another interview, it was 2 artists that I have that he wanted to sign.
Right.
And my partner is best friends with Gucci. So not only did I say no to him signing my artist, his own friend said no.
Right.
So for him to take it out on my brand, it was kind of like, damn, like, but this is around the same time the George Floyd shit happened, and we talking about Black Lives Matter and support black businesses and Blackout Tuesdays and all that. This is a facade. I don't know Gucci, I did nothing to him, but for you to come after me, and it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you feel like about the support that you receive? Like, do you feel like you receive a lot of support from these top black artists, or do you feel like it's just you having to fight your way through?
I gotta fight my way through. Like, I mean, for example, like,
because I feel like you don't get as much as respect as you deserve. You feel me?
From some people I do. Like, I don't focus on the hate, I focus a lot on the love. I mean, sometimes the hate gets to me. Like, I had some days where I'll wake up and be in I'll go through my mentions and niggas just like, fuck you, nigga, I'ma catch you and all that. But the love does balance out too. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm just like, you know what I mean? Because there's 3 things you can't call me. Like, I'm not a scammer, I'm not a rat, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've never scammed nobody for no money. So if anybody hates me, it's nothing that I did to them personally. You feel me? So I don't really take the hate to the head a lot, but it's just kind of like, it's just hard. It gets to me some days when I see artists and people take off and they don't mention me in their interviews and shit like that.
Right, you know what I mean? The stepping stones.
Yeah, like, and I don't want to be on the internet talking about all day, I put him on, or I did this for him, but it's like, damn, show me a little love to help out my company. Right. Because BFB the Pac-Man, I don't know if y'all know who that is, the fat dude. He's been showing me a lot of love, and it's been bringing me a lot of business. Right. So it's like, I don't really care about the money, but it helps my legacy. Like, yo, and that's why you look at Diddy and Master P, and you see Birdman and all these people being mentioned because of their legacy of what they did for people. Right. And that's really what I care about at the end of the day. Like, money-wise, I'm cool, but I want my legacy to be, you know, Shawn helped this producer, he did that for that person. Like, that's all I care about. Is like, yo, like, Rod Wave, like, why you block us, bro? Right. Like, I helped you get your deal. Like, I mentioned you at the label at Alamo when they didn't even know who you was. When you was just a kid, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like, block us? Right. Like, bro, I did nothing to you. Like, the baby, unfollow us? Bro, I did your first biggest interview. Like, it's just weird, like.
So you feel like, why do you feel like they
If I was white, they wouldn't do that. Right. That's what, like what I just told you, because I'm black, we hate each other. I don't know like what it is, but I've never said anything bad about these people. Like, I just feel like, you know, it's crazy that, like,
it's like when they get on to that next level. And
it's like I still want to do business with these people. Like I just told you, the 40 acres, I want to reach out to all my inner rap friends and be like, yo, everybody put up 50,000. Let's build a neighborhood. Let's do this and that. But niggas get on, the hoes in the jewelry blind them. Right. You know, them $100,000 shows, that shit, they think that shit coming forever. Right. It's not, bro. I be trying to, like, And there's nothing wrong with jewelry and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just got some change for my artists, but is this a bigger purpose at the end of the day? And I want to lock in. I'm such a loyal person. Like me and you met now, I'm gonna be texting you once a week. We gonna be talking about artists. That's how I am.
Straight up.
Like when I lock in with people, I lock in, bro. Like I lock in. All these niggas you see me around are niggas that I knew when I was broke. He knew me when I was living in my mom's crib. I got $1 million crib now. I tell you the other day, you come over whenever, pop up, nigga.
Straight up.
So I'm a loyal person. That's why I try to be a loyal person. But a lot of these people, they, you know, the drugs, they let people in their ear and they forget the purpose of this shit. Like it's a lot of artists when I'm about to sign, the first thing I ask them is like, yo, what are you doing this for? I want to buy my mama house. And then they get 20,000. They're not talking about buying their mama house no more. They lose the vision of why they in this shit for.
Right.
So.
Straight up, man. That shit, that's all facts, for real.
And I know, and you're pivotal, man. I like Morgan, the promoter.
Yeah, Morgan.
That's my homie. Like, I met her first time I was out here, and you know, like just by you seeing, like you work with people like that, and
right.
like everybody out here has nothing but good things to say about you. You see what I'm saying?
Up.
So. I really like what you're doing, bro.
I appreciate
love it.
that.
And I'm saying that on camera. Like, I love what you're doing.
Appreciate that, for real, my man. And another thing that you, like how you say you got the $1 million house, so. Yeah. And just
I don't want to cap, it's like 800,000. It's $800,000 house. Because niggas will try to Google this and sound cap. It's $800,000 house.
But it's up there though, man. That's still like successful, especially come from a black man. But a lot of times, like you said, a lot of people get on, they get this stuff, and they get lazy and they blow it. Yeah. So what keeps you going, or what does that business mindset come from?
Studying people like Nipsey, just studying the game, like I said, seeing people blow their money. Seeing 42 Doug talk about going broke like Jock. I don't want to be Jock. I don't want to be in the song and niggas saying going broke like Cotton.
Straight up.
I don't want to be that guy. No, seriously.
Real talk.
Like, it's funny to say, but to be that person being laughed at, that I don't want to be that person. So I study. What did Jock do to go broke? Although he's not really broke. Right. He may be broke, but I don't think he's broke.
Right.
But to urban culture, he's broke. If you're not walking around with double watches and shit, to the urban eye, you broke.
Right.
So it's like, what can I do to be Master P, and what can I do to be these type of guys? Like I study the winners and I study the niggas who people laugh at.
Right.
You know, they was talking shit about who was the other Atlanta rapper that was doing Uber? Roscoe Dash.
Yeah, Roscoe Dash.
They was laughing at him. What am I gonna do to not be that? So I study the winners and the losers.
Straight up. And get into like the real estate aspect, because I do real estate also, as far as like I'm a real estate agent too.
Okay.
So just get into that and how you got into that aspect.
Really, doing fix and flips. Lost a lot of money doing that shit. Lost a lot of money doing it.
Was it in Dallas area?
Yeah, Dallas. I got 3 houses in Philly too.
Straight up.
But really just not knowing what the fuck I was doing. Getting too many at one time. I got like 9 fix and flips at one time. I sold 6 of them though. But just really getting in fix and flips. My realtor, we was dating at the time, and you know, one thing led to another. Shit, we just was going crazy on the houses.
Straight up.
But it was a good learning lesson for me, and I made a lot of money back with other investments with my contractor, because he builds like metal pods and
all type of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like I really didn't lose a lot of money. I really like broke even, but it was a learning lesson for me.
So even during the coronavirus and all that, is that something that you still want?
Yeah, I'm still investing in the metal pods, and that's a money maker that I'm making, and I'm still doing the fix and flips. I just left one of the houses like 3 days ago.
Straight up.
So yeah, I'm still doing that.
So just get into like how do you go about finding these artists, and what artists you got on your radar, or just talk about like the artists that you got on your team so far. Just get into that aspect, just the artistry.
A few artists that I work with is BK Beezy. I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Yeah, I heard of him before.
Yeah, 30 Deep Grimy, Baby Youngin, Cash Page, damn, who else? I got so many.
And also talk about how you benefit artists, because I know when you go and you give these artists your pitch on how you could help them out. Yeah. Just kind of explain how you could benefit these artists also.
Like how can I help them out?
Yeah, how you
awareness. That's just the number one thing. I mean, there's a lot of talented artists out there who there are a lot of people out there who are talented, but they don't have the marketing behind them.
Right.
So I feel like I can, my platform, I can really like introduce them to the world. And every A&R in the game, every VP, every president of the labels, they follow Say Cheese. So, you know, all it takes is one post. Sometimes all it takes is one post if it's the right content, and you out of here. So that's really what I bring to the table, man. Like when I found Spot 'em Got 'em, I don't know if y'all know who he is. You know,
never heard of him.
Yeah, he's going crazy right now. I found him at 3,000 followers. Glock 9, y'all know who that is?
Yeah.
Found him at 1,900. Well, Quaisha, I'm gonna get it right. My partner Quaisha found him and brought him to the table. He had 1,900 followers. Now he going crazy. Cash Page had
You good, bro.
Okay. Cash Page had 3,000 followers. Now she got a platinum. I mean, she just went gold. So you know.
Straight up. And just talk about like a lot of these artists, they be coming up, you know, from the ground up, and they, you know, they want to sign that big deal, you know, just off the bat, and they only have probably about 10,000 followers, but then they talking about getting like $1 million for signing and shit like that.
Doesn't make sense.
So just talk about that aspect on like your pitch to these artists.
Yeah, I mean, it's a few artists that I reached out to, and I'm like, yo, and it's smarter for artists to sign for less in the beginning when they don't have leverage, because let's say I sign an artist for 10,000, right, or 20,000. It's easier for an artist to get out of that debt. But if you sign for $1 million, you're not making any money till you make $1 million and $1. You feel me? So a lot of artists, they're like, yo, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, and it's like, no, it don't make sense, especially if you don't have leverage. When you do get leverage and you starting to put up the millions and millions of views, you can go on the label and be like, all right, for instance, BFB the Pac-Man, he just went crazy with the Sada Baby record. Now he can go to the label and be like, all right, I want $1 million plus I want to own half of my masters. But he has leverage. He just did a song with Wiz Khalifa. He just did a song with Sada Baby. He's putting up numbers. He's streaming well. He's doing shows. He's getting feature money. So now you can come to the label and like, y'all, I don't really need y'all niggas. Y'all need me.
Right.
You feel me? Now you can ask for the label for $1 million. Plus you can Plus you can ask for a big advance and a lot of money in your pocket. A lot of these artists, they hear $1 million deals, and that's not really good when you don't have leverage, because the label's putting up so much money into marketing, you'll never get out of debt.
Right.
And then you're nothing but a write-off. When you fail, when a label gives you money and you're not making no money and they drop you, they just call you a write-off and they report it to the IRS. And is this a write-off? Like,
so what's your opinions on the YoungBoy situation right now, where he trying to get his masters back? And
it's like modern day slavery. I mean, he signed that deal. YoungBoy signed that deal because he said he offered the label 4 tapes to get it to 4 free tapes.
And they came back at 10 million.
The label, no, man, we're gonna make more money off of you in the long run than your 4 tapes right now.
Right.
So it was like, he signed it, so the label's not wrong, but in retrospect, it's kind of like, it's like modern day slavery. Y'all got this kid, 21, 22 years old, I don't know how old he is, but he's in a fucked up situation. And no matter what he want to do, it's like he can't get out of it. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I always offer my artists, like when I do sign them, like shit, we can go, if you want to own part of your masters, do it. Like, let's do it. But I don't feel like taking 100% of somebody's masters and publishing and shit like that. That ain't cool.
Straight up. So what's some of the some artists that you got your eye out on right now?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of artists that you didn't put me on. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We actually had Glizzock and Guwap in Miami.
Straight
and
up.
I told him, I said, you know, A Million Roses, like that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I found them. Like, and the Raw&uncut, I keep hearing his name, so I'm like, damn, like he must be doing something right. You feel me?
Right.
Because I mean, sometimes when somebody mention an artist's name, I'll check them out. But when you just keep hearing their name, it's like, all right, let me see what he doing. Because everybody, and it's not from a biased standpoint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He actually putting in work. So who else? Love Smooth out of Oakland. Gang Ty out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He doing this thing. It's a lot of artists that's really doing their thing for real.
And that's another thing I see. It's be more like regions pop off at a time. You feel me? Like a state. So what's a state that you see that's like really hot right now, that's picking up the pace?
Detroit's hot right now. Detroit's hot. Of course, South Florida hot. always put Baton Rouge in there, but I feel like New Orleans is one artist away.
Right.
I feel like just by like, I don't know, I'm not from New Orleans, so I might be wrong, but by like going through like the New Orleans, like the artists, it's like, it's no real sound there. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong about the sound?
Nah, you're right. You got
like, it's gonna take one artist to pop off to create that energy.
Right.
You feel me? And I feel like it's almost there, bro. I feel like it's, and that's why I'm down here right now. Like it's almost like New Orleans is almost here, and I feel like the Bay Area is doing their thing. DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, got their own little thing going on. But I don't know. It's a lot of shit going on everywhere. The Carolinas is doing their thing. So, and I mean, New York got the new drill shit going on. But
so one area that you had to like reside in, as far as like to find artists, where would that be at?
New Orleans.
For real? No.
Like if I had to?
Yeah, if you had to reside somewhere to find artists and.
Cause Lil Wayne my favorite rapper.
Straight up.
And I always think like damn, if Lil, I know there's another Lil Wayne out here. Not the next Lil Wayne that may sound like
Just
him or look
somebody
like
that
him,
could pop off.
but somebody who was just as talented as him.
Right.
I know he's out here somewhere. He's lurking. He's somewhere. I know it. I know he's and he may, I don't know, but I feel like New Orleans got some of the next big shit, and I always say that.
Straight
I just
up.
made a tweet the other day. I said Virginia, Ohio, and New Orleans, and I won't say that. I won't stop saying that until a motherfucker pop from out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just a big Wayne fan, like so. I always was like, damn, I know there's a younger version of him out here somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah, they definitely popping out with the talent right now, especially like from the younger crowd, man.
And you a big part of that. Like I wouldn't have known who Glizzop was and Guwop and Rob. It's a few other cats too. What's his name? Is his name Iceberg?
Iceberg, yeah.
Iceberg. Man, I could keep going. Like we done posted a few on Weed Junkie.
Yeah.
Weed Junkie Tough.
You got another one too. His name PNF Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to check him out.
I think I seen his name before too.
But yeah, they got a lot of people out there, man.
Shout out to Nino Calvin too. I know he's like
big
OG.
dog,
Yeah. But it's just like he's one of them people to where you can't mention like New Orleans hip hop without mentioning him.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, he doing this thing for sure.
Shout out to who's the boy we did in 7th Ward last time? We was just talking about him this morning.
Butter?
Yeah, Butter. You know who Butter is?
Nah, I ain't familiar with him.
Man, that's crazy.
Nah.
Is it why?
Oh, why Butter?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he tough. He tough.
Yeah, I know who you talking about.
he's
There.
tough.
Definitely. Yeah, they got a good crop of people, man, that's popping up out there. But you got anything else that you wanna add?
Man, nah, man. I just want to give you your flowers, like while I'm here, like
Straight
for
up.
another black man, because it's hard doing what you do.
Appreciate that,
like,
dog,
and
for sure.
you're from a tough city. Like New Orleans is tough. Like Texas is kind of more laid back, but New Orleans is a tough city. It's like a Detroit. It's like a Philly. It's like a Baltimore.
Yeah.
And as you keep helping these artists, people are going to expect more from you, and hate is gonna come from that.
Right.
So I don't know if it's already came, but I know New Orleans is tough, and just keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Nice.
And if it's ever an artist out here that you want to partner up on some shit and silently push him and be discreet about it, I'm up for it. Like I ain't, and that's kind of like what I was talking about with them in Miami for. Like, yo, if dude want to get in, like, let's do it. Right. But I'm not the type to come in somebody's market and grab them and not have them apart. Like even like my guys in Florida, New Era Promotion. I don't know if you know who that is.
No, I'm not familiar with them.
They help me a lot with Florida artists. So I'm in regions partnering up with guys like yourself. So if that's something that you want to do and you're somebody that you really believe in, and you like, yo, say cheese, get behind them. Let's partner up. Let's do something. Let's take it to the next level. I know every A&R, every label, every VP. Let's do it. And that's just really like when you DM me and was like, yo, let's do it. Like that's why I hit you back with the quickness. Like shit, let's do it. Because I don't believe in, I like being the best at what I do, but I don't believe in competition. Like you were in New Orleans, and I love the city, I love the culture. And that's why when I come here, I don't come here as a tourist. Like I come here and I eat. I go to Cajun off Claiborne. I'm here. I like to be a part of the shit that's going on, and I like to reach out to the artists and because there's a lot of culture vultures out here. They'll come grab an artist from a city and not pay dues with the people who are actually putting in.
Straight up, man. They got culture vultures in the city.
Man,
you try to pick up on what you got and do it themselves.
Shit.
But shit, y'all, man, I just want to say, like, I appreciate you for coming stop by and, just doing the interview with us, man.
Let me put you on a hot seat. Top 5 in New Orleans right now.
Oh, shit. Top 5?
Damn.
Like, up, without mentioning Nino Calvin? New wave. Like 21 and under. Damn. Fuck. Right now, I ain't gonna lie, man, I got to go with number 1. Just off the buzz that he picking up. Like since I've been doing that, I ain't really seen it before. I gotta go with raw&uncut. Okay. Then number 2. Number 2. Alright, look, I ain't even gonna play it like that. I'm gonna do it 5, just the 5 that I know that's just out popping right now, man. You got raw&uncut, you got Guwap Dash, Tyron Matthew, the football player, he got his own little thing going on now too. Okay. He came and picked up artists, so he got like Weed Junkie, Lil Bezo, and a couple of them dudes, Lil Glenn. So I say like Weed Junkie, Lil Glenn, just that whole camp that he went and picked up. Mm-hmm. And the dude PNF Mike, man, like he real hard.
I could have swore I seen his name before.
But they got another dude. He not from New Orleans. He from outside of New Orleans, like a little town. His name CTBG7. Like he independent and he about to hit 100,000 on
that name kind of sound.
He about to hit 100,000 on YouTube for one of his videos. He was supposed to open up for YoungBoy for a YoungBoy show in Dallas. Okay. But the show wound up getting canceled.
I remember that.
Yeah, so the show wound up getting canceled. But he like one of them rappers that got that, just that it factor about him. Kind of like what YoungBoy had when he was first coming out, you dig. And but y'all had like PNF Mike, raw&uncut, Guwap, Blizzard, the whole camp that Tyron Matthew done picked up. So they got him out there.
C Fine Ass.
C Fine Ass too, man. C Fine Ass, Treaty. Yeah. They got some girls out here. They got this girl named Cash. They got they got some girls out here. Okay. For real. It's just like you say, though, it's all about getting that push behind them. We don't have that structure no more like how it could have been. Like we don't got those cash monies out here. We don't got those no limits out here. We still got currency out here doing this thing, but not to the magnitude of what it could be if we had those other big labels out here. But yeah, man, like they got a couple people like Treaty, she do like damn 100,000 views, couple 100,000 views, some shit that she just doing on her own, you feel me? So it'd be hard for me to just sit down and name everybody. I had to write a list down, you dig? But they definitely got them out. And my dog Be Fresh too. He doing this thing. Okay. So yeah, they got a couple people, man. Yeah. With facts, brother.
Yeah, talent. Like I said before, like it's so many talented people in this world. But if you don't have the money, because marketing is not free.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like marketing take a lot of money. So it's just one of the things to where as though you either gotta have a viral moment or you gotta have a bag
to market yourself.
So you got to, bro. Like, and that's why a lot of people try to bank on having a viral moment, but this is so rare because there's so much content being put out. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And I'd be trying to tell people also, I'd be like, man, it'll be better for you to partner with a platform and y'all figure it out as far as like financially and let that platform push you, because for some reason people just take information from a platform better for some reason. So
because it's from a non-biased standpoint.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And they feel like it's real organic. But people just got their mind so focused on the labels to where they just won't get signed and shit like that. They don't.
But the label, that shit, like people starting to understand, like, yo, that shit, because you can sign a deal, but a label will be like, yo, you pushing too much music out at once. Like Rod Wave, he was dropping, they stopped him from dropping songs and shit like that. And it's kind of like once you sign a deal, you're no longer a new rapper. You know what I mean? Like, So deals are being looked upon on right now. I mean, like it's a gift and a curse.
I like the way the dude Pac-Man from Texas and Stay Down Productions. They I like the way how they doing it. Like they pushing them.
Right.
I seen he just went out there to Cali and did the song with Wiz. So if I could get people to understand that, then you know that'll work good.
And he stayed patient. And one thing about Pac-Man is that he doesn't get his emotions involved. Like a lot of artists are emotional and pride and ego, like, and being hate to be told. No, he may kill me because I'm about to tell you the story. We was sitting at a crib last week, and he DM'd the artist, and he wanted to pay the artist $5K for a feature, and the artist was like, "Nah, I need more than that." And he was like, "I fuck with what you got going, but I need more than that." And Pac, you could kind of see he was down, like he was kind of like upset, like damn, like. And then that same night, Wiz hit him, and Wiz was like, "Come, let's do it, like send the record through." And Wiz was bigger than that artist, and that's why I was like, see, when you just stay patient and you don't lash out and go on the internet and fuck this person, fuck that person, God will bless you. You feel what I'm saying? If you just stay down and keep that prize going. I mean, keep your eye on the prize, because he could have went on the web and be like, man, because he was kind of like hotter than his artist a little bit. But
that's crazy, man. Another thing I want to ask you too, this one interview that I specifically pop up in my head when I think about Say Cheese. It's the one that you had did with G Money.
Okay.
And you know, he just was saying what he was saying about YoungBoy and shit like that. And it kind of make me think of like at his height with DJ Academics, not exactly like what DJ Academics was doing, but how he was kind of doing with the Chicago scene. And I felt like that's how Baton Rouge scene was at during that time. Not to that extent, but you know, they just had a lot of shit going on. So just talk about like going into that interview. Did you know it was gonna go how it went? And did you know that, did you think that situation was
earlier when you asked me about which interview was the most controversial, it was kind of the G Money one.
Right.
But the reason why it wasn't to me was because when I interviewed Kevin Gates, I came in there and I titled the interview with that purpose.
Right, to make it controversial.
Right. G Money reached out to me for the interview. So I'm not knowing about the shit that he said in the interview.
Right.
If you go back and listen to the interview, and when the shit that he said, I was kind of like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was gonna come with that type of energy.
Right.
The questions that I asked him weren't, I could have dug in and made him say some crazy shit. You could kind of tell, and rest in peace to G Money, great, talented guy. But you could kind of tell he wanted that interview to say what he was going to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't go in there and try to, I even asked him his top 5 artists, and he named
Dude,
yeah. So, you know, I don't want people thinking that I was like chasing him down for an interview to be messy or to start a war. The man wanted an interview, and for example, you're gonna interview a few people in New Orleans that are gonna wanna say what they wanna say.
Right.
You can't control it, you just put it out there in the universe. But talented guy, and you know, a lot of people felt like the interview caused some things, but go back and watch the interview now that you know how it came about, and you're gonna look at it like, okay, I see where Shawn coming from.
Straight up.
But Main Music, Tech, I interviewed them guys early, went to their hood in Baton Rouge, great interviews, not mentioning no other artists. I did a lot of Baton Rouge interviews, not mentioning other artists, you know what I'm saying? But G Money felt like he had something he wanted to say. And that's, you know what I mean? That's just how it went down. But I didn't come in the interview. And to be honest, the fucked up thing is, I dropped my interviews in parts. I dropped that part last, right? When I dropped the 2 parts that weren't about dude, the fans were like, you're not gonna ask him about, you know what I mean?
Right.
The fans were, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They were anticipating and begging and wanting, the fans beg for shit, and then when shit go bad, it's
look bad on the person.
They look bad on the person who, you know what I mean? So it's like, for example, and like I said, how long you been doing this?
Shit, like as far as like interviewing, probably like a year and a half.
Okay, so as stuff blows up, tension's gonna grow. There's gonna be 2 artists who feel some type of way about it, and there's gonna be some things in interviews you can't control. You know what I mean? Right. So Rest in peace to dude though, man. I don't really like speaking about, you know, because he's gone and he can't really, you know, speak.
Right.
But you know, that interview was something that we, you know, he came to be on and we did it. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't going after that type of attention. So I got one last question for you.
Okay.
If you could interview one person, who would it be? Like
DJ Screw.
Straight up.
DJ Screw, Wayne, Floyd Mayweather, Michael Jackson, Trayvon Martin, Allen Iverson, Chief Keef, YoungBoy, Kodak. I actually paid for a Kodak Black interview before and didn't get it.
they
My own niggas don't know that.
They folded on you?
He was in jail, man. Damn, nobody knows this shit. Damn. He was in jail though. And I paid, how much I paid? I paid like $900.
Straight up.
This is 2016. I was in LA, but he was in jail. And my dumb ass announced that I was about to do it. Cause Kodak didn't give a fuck. Like his manager didn't want it to happen.
Right.
So Kodak was about to call me. And his brother, cause I had paid his brother, I don't know what happened, man. It was maybe I got finessed. I don't know. Maybe I got finessed, man. But it did happen, man.
Straight up, man.
So
another thing, how you feel about that? This the last question.
Nah, you good, bro. This shit like a real conversation.